It looks like my book is finally here. My family, my friends, my colleagues, my students have been asking, when is it going to get here? Well, it's here. It says solution tree on the box, so I'm thinking this is it. So I'm going to try not to hurt myself with these scissors. And here it is. See it, say it, symbolize it. Teaching the big ideas in elementary mathematics. I am so excited to share this work with you. I feel like it's been like an overdue baby, ready to get here, and here it is. So this book is about keeping students in the math game. Let me ask you a couple of questions. First of all, do you have students that you just don't know what to do with? You need more strategies, or are you looking to deepen your own understanding of mathematics or see mathematics in a different way? If the answer to any of those questions is yes, then this is the book for you. And this book is about empowering teachers. And so it's part of my own journey through mathematics, as well as listening to students math has challenged them over the past 15 years, as well as teachers who've said, I want to know more about fractions, or I want to know more about multiplication and how to teach it. So this is the book. So again, you're going to learn about the framework as we go, because it involves a reframing of language and a reordering of how we think about instruction, because we want students to see it first, say it using conceptual language, and then at the very end, we're kind of pushing to the side to symbolize it, because it is part of mathematics, but we want students to be able to look through those symbols and see something. So first off, in the book, as you read, you're going to learn a little bit about my story, as I said before, but you're also going to be introduced to the 5 superpower understandings, one of which is what I'm calling an equal exchange. It's an idea you're probably familiar with, but again, student-friendly language, and the purpose of those superpower understandings are to help more students and accelerate their flexibility and fluency with numbers and operations. So I guarantee you're going to walk away from this book seeing and saying mathematics differently. And again, we're going to take a journey through fractions, the F word of mathematics. And in the midst of that chapter, you're going to learn a new definition of number that kind of aligns with whole numbers and decimals and fractions. And then we're going to move through the 4 operations, and one of which is addition. Think of the phrases that you typically use to teach addition, or that when you think about addition. For example, carrying the 1. Lining up the decimals, getting a common denominator. Okay, those disjointed ideas are going to be connected under one idea, and you're going to have to read chapter 4 to find it, what that is. But I look forward to sharing that with you. I think throughout the book you're going to have aha moments. You're going to walk away seeing mathematics differently. And another one of my favorite chapters is when we talk about ratios, and how are ratios and understanding ratios like eating frog legs. Well, you're going to have to read to find out what that's about. That's a little bit of a personal story there, but I look forward to sharing that with you. Like I said, as you go through the book, I just challenge you. We've got built in some ideas here that will help you as you reflect on your mathematical understandings, because there are elements or parts of this we're going to go pretty deep. So you're going to have to really dig in and be a little bit uncomfortable, not too much, because that's when you're learning. So there's going to be parts where you're going to be trying it. How would you communicate solving the problem 64 minus 38 after you've read what was in this book and the language associated with that? And then later on, you're going to be asked to pause and ponder and reflect on, after reading this part of the chapter, what's one idea that you're excited to implement in your own classroom. So just getting you to reflect not only on your own understanding of mathematics, but also how you envision putting these things into practice. And then at the very end of each chapter is an application guide where the big ideas of each chapter are laid out. And it just gives you kind of a template for thinking about a plan of how you could implement these ideas in your classroom. So I'm really excited, as I said before, to share this work with you. And don't hesitate to reach out to share with me your own aha moments, or how you're seeing mathematics differently. I look forward to hearing from you.